name is Ted Phillips. I'm the chair of the JEA Awards Committee, and I would like to call the September 5th, 2024 awards meeting to order. We have a physical quorum present, represented by myself, Ted Phillips, and Ray Marshall. David Emmanuel, are you on the line?
I was
All right. Well,
Ted, I was told that he would be attending in person.
okay, I haven't seen him in the building this morning, but we've got a quorum with me and Ray. We'll just go ahead and move forward. OGC is represented by Rebecca Levy. Budget is represented by Stephanie Neely. Did we receive any public comment via email?
No, sir, no public comments were received.
All right, we have no one in person. Is there anyone on the line from the public who would like to make a public comment? If so, unmute yourself and you have the floor. Hearing none, we'll move on. Today we have a fairly small agenda. On the consent agenda, we have items 1 and 2. Item 1 is pending CEO approval. Therefore, if there are any changes, this item will be brought back to the committee for approval. And item 2 has been approved by procurement, budget, OGC, legal, the business unit VP and chief, and are ready for awards committee approval. Before we take a vote on the consent agenda, Ray, would you like to move anything to the regular agenda? If not, may I get a motion to adopt today's consent agenda?
So moved.
Second. So that was Ray with the motion, Ted with the second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, the motion is adopted. On the regular agenda, we have 2 items. Item number 1 is open for discussion. So I just wanted someone, if they could, in the notes, it says there was 1 bid received, and this was a developer agreement. If someone could walk us through how that process works, just so we could have that in the on the tape in the minutes.
Good morning. This is Susan West with Water Wastewater Systems Planning. Are you asking for an overall summary of the cost participation process in general?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. How does that work?
Okay, so with this particular project, we actually have a cost participation policy in effect with JEA. We have 2 options to participate with development. One is based on transmission size mains that are needed for the project, and the other is in the event that the developer is extending a main and we want to make that main larger for some reason to kind of maybe serve the overall region, maybe have other transmission projects planned, and this is along the same corridor. So we have that flexibility. This particular project is trails, is Diamond Timber Trails out off of Normandy Boulevard. This one is a fairly large development, so this development requires transmission size mains. So part of the policy is to participate on a specified length of mains, so that's what this project is. We require that the projects are bid in accordance with JEA procurement standards. The project has to be noticed. We review the bid documents before it's released, and it kind of follows the same rules there. Once the bids are received, JEA will review the bids and issue a bid acceptance letter, and along with the draft agreement for the developer to sign, which is then sent back to JEA for signature by finance, the VP of our group, and the director of our group. Trying to think what else you might be looking for here.
So Susan, on this one, it says that 1 bid was received. The developer is So the developer has just decided to do this work himself, or we are contracting with the developer, so that is why it's shown as one bid, but the developer may have solicited more than one bid and then selected someone, and then we just pay through the developer. Does that make sense?
Yeah, just real quick, Susan. So the developer is the one that solicits the bid, but they have to follow our procurement.
Okay.
Our procurement guidelines
Okay.
for certain things, advertising for a certain period of time, all of that. And in this case.
Witness?
And so in this case, and Susan, please correct me, we received, or the developer received one bid. But staff looked at that bid, evaluates it, to make sure that it's competitive, and it looks like in this case it was 20-something%, which I think happens many of the times that the developer may get a lower bid than JEA would. So, but basically, our contract, our agreement, the cost participation is with the developer, and the contractor, whoever's doing the work, they have a contract with the developer. Is that correct, Susan?
Correct. This is a reimbursement policy, so the developer contracts with the contractor. Our agreement is with the developer, and we reimburse after the project is 50%. And once we have accepted the project, then we complete that 100% reimbursement. Yes, in particular, this particular project was about 25% lower than the JEA estimate. Generally, cost participation projects are less than our JEA estimates. Sometimes there might be field conditions that might vary that a little bit that our estimators may not have been aware of. But in general, these are usually a very good opportunity for JEA to maybe upsize some mains that is very cost effective and in a much quicker schedule than JEA could perform the work.
Real quick question, Susan, you may not know this off the top of your head, but it'd be interesting. How many, what is the potential number of customers or equivalent residential connections for this? I think you said it was a large project.
Yeah, this one's fairly large. This particular phase is 114 units. The overall project is 2,460.
Wow.
Good job.
So this is this one. This is just this. So this is like a snippet out of the total development map. So it's
Right.
Potential 2,400. Is this in what service territory? Is it Duval? Is it both water or is it St. John or?
It's Duval. It's out along Normandy Boulevard, just west of Cecil Field. So it's way out on the edge of our Duval County service territory. And I think that might be part of the problem with getting bidders interested. This particular contractor already had work in the area. I mean, this is a fairly, when you look at the overall county, this is pretty remote to try to attract other contractors, especially when one's already mobilized in the area. So.
Thank you. So potential over 2,400 future customers.
All right, thank you for that. I appreciate that answers all of my questions. I don't know if either one of the other committee members had any questions. And for the record, David Emanuel is here now.
Sorry about that.
That's all right. So I would entertain a motion to accept award number 1 from the regular agenda.
So moved.
So
So that was Ray with the motion, David with the second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion is adopted. So we will move to item number 2 on the regular agenda. So my question on this was, this is a sole source. I think I know the answer to this, but if someone could, so this is for one of our, so let me just ask a question to answer it. So can someone explain to me why we did a sole source on this one?
Yes, hi, good morning. This is Jamila Gray. So this is for CP 3, 4, 5, and 6 at Northside Generating Station. GE is the original manufacturer on this system. It's the Mark 6 turbine and exciter control system. And this system originally was installed back in 2007. And it is at the end of its life. The spare parts are difficult to purchase and they are more expensive. The only parts that are available are aftermarket, and if GE can get its hands on it. So all these systems that we have on our fleet at Brandy Branch, Kennedy, and Greenland have already been upgraded to Mark 6E. And these units will be the last in the fleet to be upgraded. Again, GE is the original manufacturer. The beauty of this migration is that all the field wiring and termination devices will remain. GE will be able to do a modular upgrade and maintain the existing wiring in the field and complete the installation and the commissioning. Does that answer your question, or do I need more questions?
Yes, ma'am. That's exactly what I was looking for. So thank you for that. Do any of the other committee members have any questions on regular agenda item number 2?
No questions. Very, very thorough response, Jamila. Thank you.
So I would entertain a motion to approve award number 2.
So move.
Second.
So that was David with the motion, Ray with the second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none. The item number 2 of the regular agenda is approved. So items 1 and 2 of the consent agenda have been approved with the caveat that if the minutes come back, then with any corrections from Vicky, that will come back to the board. If not, then they'll just go through. Items 1 and 2 on the regular agenda have been approved. Is there any other business that needs to come before this committee this morning?
No, this is just appreciated, Chair, that the discussion on the agenda items.
Thank you. All right, with that, I'll close the meeting and thank you to everyone. Thank you for the concise responses to the questions. They were very good. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your week and a wonderful weekend. Thank you.